Let me tell you how to deal with Opps and in particular Obbos. Hi, my name is TH Massacre. I am a high-level occultist. No, fuck it. Do you know what? Let me break it down to you real well. Who am I am a person that is nowhere and of no real significance. I expose satanic cults, including the Freemasons, and I was one of the first people to expose the cult of the Black Cube, which I'm gonna do a very fucking savage video about soon. Opps and Obbos. What the fuck is an op and an obbo? If you're someone like me, right, and I'll just put my hand up here and confess, right, I hate politicians. I hate the police with a passion. There is, in my book, no such fucking thing as a good copper. They all swear an oath to signs and symbols and a satanic crown that they stupidly fucking protect. The same goes for fucking anyone working in government or anyone working in any state institution, but most importantly, I hate Freemasons. I also despise Eastern Stars. I repeat, hate people in the cult of the Black Cube. Now, before you fucking jump down my throat and say, hate is a strong word, blah, 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 and what is it about? Aren't we all part of the same? No. I'm talking about people in Luciferian, satanic cults that are engaged and involved in child trafficking, SRA, and so much criminality, your mind would fucking melt. So Opps and Obbos, yeah, they are people that work for various institutions or cults or societies or three-letter agencies. And this is not bound to just the UK with the dicks at MI5 and MI6. I'm talking about people in the CIA, the FBI, the KGB, Mossad, etc., right the way to the fucking CCP in China and God knows what other stupid satanic fucking institution that's at a government state level that's connected to billionaires and the pedophile elites that are part of the cult of the Black Cube. Again, this is not conspiracy. You can go and look shit up about this now. I started the ball rolling on this a long time ago. I got myself in a lot of trouble and now lots of people are talking about it, which is fucking marvellous. So Opps and Obbos, how do you deal with them, right? If you know what an Opp and an Obbo is, it is someone that is sent into your life. This is an Opp. This is someone who is sent in to observe and to monitor you closely. There's someone who could be a friend or a family or a work colleague. You may think you know them, but the whole time they are observing you and monitoring and feeding information back to the state or an institution, or in some cases, like in my life, satanic cults and secret societies like the Freemasons and the cult of the Black Cube. Hi guys, hello to my fucking Opps. Now let's move on to Obbos, and I'm going to come back and tell you how to fucking deal with these clowns, don't worry. What is an Obbo? An Obbo is slightly different. It's not someone you know, it's someone that will observe you. It's someone that wants to have eyes and ears on you when you're out and about, maybe having private phone calls or private conversations or taking meetings or meeting up with people. They're there to observe your patterns. They are there to also feed information back to the same people. That means that they can have both Opps and Obbos from various different points, some that are close to you with your personal information and some that are observing you with your public whereabouts and patterns and etc. Now, this all sounds very James Bond, and I know lots of people and lots of NPCs are very lucky they never have to deal with an Opp or an Obbo, and congratulations, you must have a wonderful life. However, for like some of my some of my brothers and sisters, well, particularly my brothers out there in certain cities and that, who do a certain job, let's say something like a plug, yeah, or someone who's a member of, let's say, a gang, yeah. These young guys, they get Opt and Obbo too. You see, the government and the various Met Police, etc., will send in honey traps or send Obbos to sort of drive about, hop out of cars to walk around the street, following these people, trying to blend into society. So an Obbo, yeah, is like, they tend to be quite hard to spot because you don't know them. An Op can be incredibly difficult to spot because they're someone that you may know and trust and not necessarily understand or understand or overstand what they're actually doing secretly. So let me give you some tips and some clues on how to kind of observe these people to figure out whether they are an op, and I'll do the same for oppos. This is a fun video. Tap the fuck in. This is knowledge. How to spot a fucking op. Ops will always want to know fucking details on stuff, but they want to know things like not just where you're going, but who you're going to meet and where. It's very important for them to get some sort of basic core details. You see, they act like a fucking plod with their questioning. Now, this could be someone innocent, like a family member or a friend or someone, you know, a parent of someone at school. You know what? It could be anyone, right? But what they will tend to do is it will be consistent questions like this. It will be consistent questions of cases where you may say you're going for a meeting and they want to know what time it is and where it is. Now, this like often is dressed up as care and concern and wanting to sort of, you know, wish you luck or whatever it is, or trying to find out. But you'll begin to notice when these questions crop up about insignificant things. And the way to test them is to make up meetings or make something up. Because then what you can do, yeah, is that you can then take an observation point yourself to see if anything transpires from that information being passed to that person that you suspect to be an op. Now, this is a very clever move, right? And this is something that you want to do consistently. You want to sort of test different bits of information with different people. You see how smart that is? Deep it, my guy. What else can you do to reveal these twats, or as I like to call them, rats? Another thing you can do is ensure that a private piece of information, like a password or a link to something that you've got eyes and ears on, particularly helpful if you can track this, right? So, for example, an email, like, say, a Gmail account, or, you know, a sort of private link that you're sharing to people. Like, Canva's good at doing this, yeah? What you can do is you can share a link and then track whether people have viewed this. And it will also give you information about the location, the device, the gender. Data collection is very clever these days. Now, if you suspect an op, what you can do is give them something that you know they're the only person with that password. Now, if after a week or two, keep an eye on that account and the locations and the devices connecting to that password, and discern very highly. For example, if you give the password to someone, this one person that you suspect is an op, and then you notice that that particular account has been logged in another part of the country on multiple devices, particularly if it's a PC and this person only has a Mac, yeah, you can then begin to figure out that something's going on. Now, to play devil's advocate here and to be fair to people, you have to understand, yeah, and I mean being real about this, right? This is serious, what I'm talking about here, yeah? Because ops, yeah, there is always the chance, and then more than likely, that ops are also opt, okay? That means that even if you do share data with them, that their devices may equally already be hacked and monitored. So this is something you have to bear in mind, right? Okay. What about obbos? How do you spot an obbo? Well, this is difficult. This is very different. This is someone that you don't know. This is a stranger. This is someone that could be a different culture, a different race, a different age. Anything, right? Really can be anything. These are people that are literally paid to fucking walk the tarmac, following and observing people without getting caught, okay? And stick with me, my guy, because at the end I'm going to tell you some of the fucking best advice you're ever going to hear about Opps and Obbos, particularly Obbos. Oh my God. Obbos walk like fucking ducks. They really do. These are people that are out and about during the day, right? Walking around, they tend to always be wearing the similar clothes. You know, it's always the puffy, fucking sleeveless, fucking. You know the one, right? Their trainers are fucking sparkly clean for fucking some beknown reason to me that I still haven't quite figured out yet. They're always also often carrying a bag, and they will also be wearing a fucking earpiece, but it won't be like an Apple fucking white AirPods, because the state government and these institutions cannot afford Apple Mac products, right? They also can't use Apple for various security reasons, so they have to use Linux systems and everything based off of shitty fucking PC technology. So if someone is dressed and walking like a fucking duck, yeah, and they have a black bag over their shoulder, they nearly always have black bags. Often the women will have like a fucking keychain on their bag. They always have something that signifies them, that they can then stand out almost symbolically and secretly, you know, like a slight fucking signature to their dress code or some sort of thing on them to make them stand out in case they get into trouble or other people observing them know who they are, right? These are often men as well that will nearly always be wearing fucking sunglasses, like me. This is during the day when it's cloudy. This can be all kinds of things. Now, these ducks, when they walk about, yeah, the way to really observe whether they are there is they will often hold their phone in their hands. Now, anyone, if you're in a city, right, and knows the utes on the electric bikes, and I love those guys, right? Give them a fucking break, man. They're just out there earning bread, yeah? And to be honest, most of the phones that I've seen them stealing from people are from twats that deserved it. You shouldn't walk around with your fucking phone in your hand if you're in London, unless you're a fucking plod, like an obbo, or you're a fucking gangster, like, and you really know your fucking phone ain't getting taken, right? It's true. If you really do, Pete, walk around some of these areas, yeah, particularly some of the ropey areas in London, yeah, you know. Yeah, the only people with fucking phones in their hands, yeah, are obbos or fucking tourists that are going to get their fucking phone nicked, but generally it's an obbo or it's fucking someone who just doesn't give a shit like me, because I will walk around with my fucking phone in my hand alongside the road, not giving two fucks. No one's taking my phone, that's facts. Obbos, yeah, they're there to fucking observe. So they often will walk past you with the camera positioned at an angle at you. Sometimes, if you're like me, because I've talked up about these cults, and trust me, I do get fucking up to knobbo by these twats. That's not me being paranoid. I've got fucking evidence. I can post the fucking pictures if you know my social media accounts. And just to let you know, just to be real, right, I am the CEO of WhatsApp, okay? So just to let you know, you can fucking, you're not, most people, my fucking gang stalkers, you're never going to fucking see this group. Never going to fucking get in to see what's getting shared on the WhatsApp group, right? It's international, by the way, just so you know. I'll talk about WhatsApp later. Anyway, obbos, they'll be taking fucking pictures or making notes or quickly typing down. Now, wear sunglasses because they can't fucking see where you're looking. That's why they do it too, right? But how do you fuck these people over, right? Even if you fucking make a mistake, right, and you get this wrong, yeah, trust me, you can't lose with this if you have to deal with obbos. Tip number 1. Get your fucking phone out, right, my guy, my gal, yeah. And then you fucking brazenly fucking approach this potential Obbo and start taking pictures. Because here's rule number one of fucking Obbo Club. The one fucking job that they've got, which they cannot fucking do, if they fuck this up, it's done for them. Obbos cannot fucking get uncovered, unveiled, or fucking clocked. So if you take photos of them, right, and you clock them as an Obbo, that's it. They're fucking done. They cannot fucking Obbo you again. Because if you see them again, and trust me, I've had an Obbo where I saw him twice in 2 days. And the second time I saw him, he looked like he wanted to fucking cry. Because I took his fucking picture, right? I took photos of this twat. And then I had that information. Now, if he's not an Obbo, right? Not a problem. It's just a fucking innocent twat, right? Just getting up in my space or hanging around me, or if I'm walking around in a fucking circle, he's doing the same, and then he's still fucking pointing his camera at me. I'm going to assume that he's someone who's fucking aggravating me or annoying me or doesn't have a fucking reason to be taking pictures of me or getting up in my fucking space and hovering about like a fucking weirdo and walking like a duck. Do you understand me so far, right? Once you've taken a photo of these Obbos, yeah, one of the best things you can do, just to help out other people that have to deal with Opps and Obbos, is share that fucking picture. Because if there's a chance that someone else has seen that Obbo, do you understand now what I'm telling you here? You see, the state, yeah, with their Obbos, they have to recycle these twats, moving them from different cities even. Sometimes these Obbos are going to be in fucking Glasgow, and sometimes they'll be in Hackney and East London. They may even be in Amsterdam. If one of their targets goes to Amsterdam, sometimes they'll send Obbos over there. They get a little trip, you know. Don't worry, they don't get a lot of money, and they sometimes have to stay in hostels and fucking wherever you're staying. They'll want to get really close often. Deep this, because what I'm telling you here is really fucking useful information. Because if someone sent me a picture of someone that they suspected to be an Obbo, right, just say, and then I happen to see that person, I know instantly that that's a fucking Obbo or a potential Obbo. Now, of course, just to be clear, this is not a call for any kind of action or stupidity. You have to operate smart, okay? Knowledge is power. Hence why I'm the CEO of Opps Obbos. Opps Obbos is a private group for like-minded individuals that are gang-stalked by people in secret societies and satanic cults and or corrupt government state institutions. And it's a friendly neighbourhood fucking group which shares information and pictures privately for research reasons only, and it's free for like-minded individuals that also suffer at the hands of these fucking Obbos. Because let me remind you, someone fucking surveilling me or coming into my life and gang stalking me like a Mason once did, came into my work and then confessed years later that he'd been watching me and that they'd been spying on me, that is fucking illegal. You've got no fucking business doing that. Unless you suspect me of an actual crime, then you fucking press charges and you deliver forth. But I haven't fucking done anything, right? What I have done, though, is expose Satanism within the Freemasons and the cult of the Black Cube and various corrupt politicians and all their dirty Zionism and their dirty fucking secret societies like the Fabian Society that our British Prime Minister was a part of. Sir Keir Starmer, the communist fucking treasonous traitor. I'm talking here, right, as a British fucking citizen, right? And I don't even give a fuck about this country. I think it's an absolute cesspit. I want to go and live on the fucking moon right now. I want to get away from all fucking human beings, particularly Opps and Obbos, because they make your fucking life a misery. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to the moon. I'd rather fucking remove them off the planet, to be honest, because if it's a choice between the two, people who fucking spy on people like fucking plods for a satanic fucking government state institution and a secret satanic Luciferian cult society like the cult of the Black Cube or the Freemasons or the fucking Rosicrucians or any of these stupid fucking corrupt names like, you know, even the CIA, which is riddled with people that are protecting pedophiles, the same as the FBI, which is riddled with people protecting elite pedophiles. Do you understand what I'm talking about here? I'm saying that Opps and Obbos are a fucking problem, big time. The worst ones, really, are the well, no, do you know what? We're cutting here. What do you do to fucking aggravate these people is you expose them. You let them know that you fucking know that they're an Oppo or an Oppo. And then you fucking draw a line and you literally you can do whatever you want with this information, my guy, my girl. Listen, I'm not here to tell anyone how to fucking deal with their own Opps and Obbos, right? I think it all depends on the violation, to be real. Because let's be real here. This is a warning message to all Opps and Obbos. If you're taking coin for the fucking state or you're getting paid under some institution or you're part of a fucking secret society or a cult, yeah, you dickhead, you're on the wrong side of fucking history. You're literally on the wrong fucking side of this now, yeah? So we don't care what happens to you. You chose wrong. You took the fucking coin. Well done. Congratulations. Now you're my fucking enemy. Doesn't matter if you work for the government. I'm telling you the government's corrupt. I'm telling you it's full of pedophiles. I'm telling you that you're all in a fucking bunch of traitors walking around opping and obboing people, is particularly fucking innocent people, or people that are exposing the corruption. Sort your fucking head out now. My suggestion to fucking Opps and Obbos is to fucking run. Run and hide and never fucking do it again. You turn your back on this fucking institution or these systems and these cults. I promise you that. I promise you that. Turn your back, because the fucking longer you stay with it, trust me, my guy, my gal, Opps and Obbos, it is going to be fucking dropping season this summer. Believe me, that's how fast it's going to happen. It's already happening. You know. There's a lot of fucking people out there, right, who have been harassed by these fucking people. It is not okay for the fucking state and the government to be using taxpayers' money to fucking absolutely formulate psychological abuse, manipulating people, bankrupting people, and doing all kinds of destructive things through the guise of satanic fucking corporations and secret societies like the Freemasons and the cult of the Black Cube. I'm not talking about conspiracy here, people. I'm talking legitimately about fucking reality here. If you're an NPC and you want to argue and you want to be, just, no, go, fuck off, I'm not interested. You just carry on paying taxes to pedophiles, you might, whatever. But if you know, you know. If you know, you know. These people have to be fucking dealt with, because they shouldn't just be allowed to walk around doing what they're fucking doing. Doesn't matter whether they're getting paid by the state or not. They're literally working for a corrupt fucking cartel of people that are in a position of power when really they all should be rounded up and say no more. If you know, you know. So, a couple of other things you can do. Here's some fucking harebrained ideas for you, my guys, my gals, right? In fact, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to break it and come back for a part 2, because the next video I'm going to do is going to be all about unification of certain like-minded individuals against Opps and Obbos.